Hey everybody, this is Guillermo with Live Trading with Guillermo. Today is what's this today? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, huh? Man, this week's gone fast already. So hey, I just want to say thank you all for watching my videos, man. Yesterday's video on the RipperOne AI is my #1 video right now on YouTube. So it's getting a lot of views. Thank you all of you guys for checking it out. I guess I didn't realize how much of a splash it was gonna do with my subscribers. So I got a ton of email, and I want to help people out. I want to answer questions because that's just what I like to do. I like to help out. So hopefully you find this video helpful. I'm gonna go through just a couple of the basics on settings and things like that. Talk about the software, how I use it, how I plan to use it, and then I hope that answers some of your questions because I think it's important. I really want to make sure you understand the software just from my perspective as far as I know today. Today's only day 2, so I'm kind of figuring things out, but the learning curve is almost non-existent as I'm about to show you. So the first question people ask, can I use this on my brokerage account? The answer is not. This is strictly a prop edition, so you can only use it on your prop account. Apex, Lilu, OneUpTrader, you name it, any prop account will work with this. A sim will work, prop account will work, but your broker account will not. So just be aware of that. So if you're looking to trade your cash account, there's other products from TrueTrade that you can use, like the RipperOne that you've seen me trade. You can trade with like the Ripper X Black. Um, I know they have the RipperOne AI edition, I believe. That's not the prop edition. I think that one's just, you can trade a cash account on that. And there's other products that I don't own, so I can't speak for that. But I can only speak for the ones I have. So prop trading, that's it. Don't use it for anything else. To carry that further, this system has been optimized for prop trading. So what does that mean? As you all know, prop accounts come with certain limitations, right? There's a trailing drawdown. You have to hit a certain profit target, and so on. So the way I understand it is that this software has been designed, optimized to really stay within those parameters. You know, the goal of the software is to get you funded. So you would use this software on your eval. You go through the process. Uh, After I think 7 days with Apex, you get a funded account. So the thought is that you'll trade your eval with the software. You get funded. Once you get funded, you just flip the switch, which I'm going to show you, and then you just flip it to your funded account, and then you just keep going what you've been doing, right? Because if you got funded with a certain parameter, you just leave it alone and then just switch the account to a funded account, and you just continue doing what you've been doing. So that's the idea, the simplicity of it all, which I really enjoy. I really like that. They're making it about as easy as possible for you to get funded. So let's start. So the first question people ask me is like, how do you install the software? Pretty simple, just like any other Ninja software that you ever install. You just go to Tools, and then you go to Import, and then you enter you click on the Ninja Script add-on. A window's gonna pop up. Then you can go browse your downloads folder. That's where you'll find your file, or if you put it on your desktop, go to the desktop, grab the file, and it's gonna walk you through an import process. Just click OK, 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 yes, OK. You know, go through all of that, and then it'll install it. After that, you might have to restart Ninja just for the system install to take. So you might have to restart it, but you'll get a message telling you what to do. Once you've done all that and you have everything connected, you got your data connected, you're ready to roll, then all you do is you go to Tools, you click on the RipperOne AI Prop Edition, and you're ready to go to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that instance, and I'm going to do instance number 2. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this guy over here. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to instance number 3. All right, so I'm going to put this guy over here, get it out of the way. I'm using my my monitor on my laptop to record this video because that's the one that has the camera. If I was using my larger monitor where I normally trade, I'd be able to rearrange these in a much nicer kind of format. So sorry it's a little bit cluttered, but I'm kind of limited by my real estate, and these uh, windows aren't adjustable at this time, so I can't click and shrink them. Kind of be nice if I could do that. But for right now, hey, this is a small enhancement. I'm sure that could be done in the future. But for right now, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to walk you through it. So you just saw me do 3 instances. So what you would do is on the RipperOne tab, pretty simple. You click here, you would select the account you want to trade. Your prop account, your funded account, your sim account. You can do that. You do that, you'll get a license key. You enter that. You enter your PIN that you selected at purchase. So you enter that. You click on, and that enables all the features to be able to be selected. Since I'm not on right now, everything's going to be grayed out because I'm not connected to my data. I don't want to share my account, or I should say my accounts, so I don't want to do that on YouTube. But I'm going to explain each tab because they are really simple. You don't need to see my account number to know what's going on. So the first tab is called an entry tab. The software has 2 options. As you can see, there's a trend entry and there's a scalp entry. What does that mean? If you watch my videos, or if you've been watching my videos, you've seen me do 2 things. Sometimes you'll see me go what I call the home run, right? Where I'm looking for those long moves. The software gets me in and it just racks up, could make like $1,000 in one trade because it took that trend, right? When the market's been really like compressed, it's ranging in a very narrow range. I've been switching to a scalp entry because I've been going for smaller targets because I just know the market's just not moving. Right now, I might upgrade this because I purchased the scalp entry because I'm typically just a scalper. But I may consider purchasing the trend. I'm thinking about it. I think I might do that. But for right now, this is where I'm at. So if you have both of these, if you purchase them, you can just check the box on either one because then you can benefit from both worlds, right? The software is going to look for trend trades and it's also going to look for scalp entries. So depending on what the market's doing, the bot's going to adjust. It's going to take the trade based on what it thinks it's best, right? That's what that AI thing comes in. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to go to a chart, change the settings, go to another chart, change the settings. None of that. None of that stuff that I've been doing previously. That I don't have to do that anymore, which is pretty great. The next one is sessions. So as you can see, there's 3 sessions for us future traders. There's the US session, which is followed by the Tokyo session, which is then followed by London, and then it starts over again, right? So we start on Sunday night into Friday afternoon, and then we're done, and then we start up again. So you can, depending on your settings, if you just have the New York session, then you would just check the box for that. If you have all 3 of them, I would recommend that you just enable all 3. If you have them, why not trade? Literally, you just let the bot on and it'll just stay on and take trades for you. So why not? Obviously New York is the most active. So at a minimum, you want to have that session. But you can still make money on the other 2. So if you have them, hey, why not? Make some money in Tokyo or London session. Why not? The next tab here is called the risk. And this is the one I want to spend just a few more minutes on because it is important on to discuss this based on what I know today, and I think this is how it's set up. But the software comes with what is called a multiplier, right? Depending on what you get, the multiplier could be 1, it could be 10. It just depends what you're trying to achieve. So if you're trading 300K accounts, I would get a multiplier up to 10, which is what I have. I have the 10 multiplier. If you're trading a 50K account, you don't need a 10 multiplier. So maybe you just need, up to 5 or something like that. Or maybe that's even too much. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. The folks at TrueTrade can help you with that. I'm only trading 300K accounts, so I went for the full 10. But they'll help you pick a multiplier that's appropriate for the type of account you want to trade. So there's a multiplier for the trend, and there's a multiplier for the scalp. So if you have both enabled, you'll want to enter a multiplier here uh, in these two entries. Like I said, I only have scalp multiplier, so I enter my multiplier here. Then what I do, once you enter a multiplier, from what I've seen the software do, so let's say I put a 2 here, my max loss is going to be 2,000. So it's basically 1,000 per multiplier. So you'll want to think about that. On a 50K account, that this would be the max loss that you're willing to risk. Maybe you dial it down to 1. But one thing I want to mention, just from my experience so far, is that it's not. It doesn't mean it's just gonna try to hit your loss. It's gonna keep trying or anything like that. What it means is that's the maximum loss you're willing to risk at any one time. So from what I saw, at least on the first 8 trades, on that 850 that you saw, and then the 800 on the other, I actually had a couple of losses in there, but they were very small. Even though it was trading like 10 contracts, I think my drawdown was only like $100 or something crazy. So like it wasn't really that much. So I think what that is more is to set a benchmark. So if you put a 2 here, this is going to default to 2,000, and then maybe your target is half of that amount. That's just a ballpark. So let's say you put 1,000 here. You could also put 500 here, which means that your software is going to have a better chance to hit 500 than it is 1,000, right? Because maybe it only takes one trade and boom, it's done. So you'll be able to play with these numbers on what you feel comfortable doing. Like I said, I have a multiplier of 10, which technically this would make it 10,000. Well, you guys know that my trailing drawdown on a 300K is 7,500. It's not 10,000, but it doesn't matter because the software, like I said, is optimized for prop trading. So it's not going to try to. It's going to take really conservative trades that are going to keep you within the drawdown limit. I mean, that's the thought, right? And that's what it's designed to do. So, like I said, I use a 10. I could dial it back to a 7, and that would give me a 7,000 max loss. Then you can go for whatever profit target you want to. I pick half of whatever the max loss is. So if I have a 2,000 here, I would put 1,000 here, but you can definitely make it lower. You can also trail. So let's say you have a goal of let's say 1,000. There's going to be a checkbox here. You can't see it now because my software is not active, but you would click on it, and it's going to say trail. So with that, you can also lock in profit and trail it by $100. So if it hits 1,000 up to a level, it's gonna bank 900, and it's gonna just lock that in, and it gives you a cushion, so you can still keep going, and you're locking in profit. And which is what I recommend is set a target, set a trail, lock in profit, but keep it open because you never know. The market might take off, and you might get a chance to make more money, but you've already locked in some profit. So that's kind of a cool little feature. Or another option is you can just leave the target at 0, and whatever it makes, it's gonna make for the day. It could be 500, it could be 1,000, it could be 2,000, it could be 3,000. It doesn't matter. It could be a wild day after a news event, and this thing could just take off, and you don't care what the target's gonna be. I personally would set a target, and you trail it with $100, $200, whatever. That's just my recommendation, but you can do whatever you want. Let's see what else that I've learned so far. Anyway, I hope this kind of makes sense. You'll get some training on this, but basically there's a multiplier for your trend entry, and there's also a multiplier for the scalp. So just be aware of that. So if you have a 2 and a 2, you're using up your multipliers. You set your profit target based on your loss, or like I said, you can just leave it open, and you'll just make as much as it'll make for the day, and you don't care what the amount is. Okay, pretty simple. It just depends on your type of trading. Going back to the main tab here. When you select an account, make sure that you're not duplicating accounts. So you don't want to have the same account on each instance here, because then it's really going to mess you up, because you got a multiplier on top on 3 accounts. It may put a trade, it might close it out immediately, put another trade, close it, and it's just going to be a mess. So don't use the same account. You got to make sure that each instant has its own account, and they got to be different. Don't select the same one. I'm sure there'll be a future enhancement to the software to keep you from doing that. So it'll ding you, it'll say boom, duplicate account. You already used it. Don't do that one. But for right now, that's not in the software from what I've seen. So it will let you select the same account twice. So don't do that. Pick something different. And yeah, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Pretty simple stuff. So just to recap, this is for prop trading only, not for cash accounts. You enter your account that you want to trade, your license and your PIN. You hit on. That's it. Then you go to your next tab. You pick your trend or scalp entry. If you have them both, check them both. If you have all 3 sessions available to you, check them all 3. But you can pick whatever one you want. Okay, it's your software. You can run it however you want. Under risk, you get a multiplier. It is not a 1-to-1. So what it means is not it's not the number of contracts. That's not what that means. What it means is going to take whatever contracts the software takes. It's going to multiply whatever by the multiplier you have selected. So if you have a 2 in the multiplier, it's going to take whatever trade it takes times 2. It could be 1 contract, it could be 2 contracts, it could be 3 contracts. So it's gonna, whatever the software is seeing, it's a very viable trade, it's going to adjust. So if it thinks it's a good chance, it's going to probably do 2, maybe 3, and then their multiplier is going to multiply that. So just be aware of that. You just kind of want to be, just cognizant of that you want to keep your multiplier pretty reasonable based on your account size. I have the 300K, like I mentioned. I go all out with a 10, but I could definitely dial it down if that's what I want to do. And then you can either set a target for profit, or you can just leave it wide open. Just put a 0 there, and it'll just keep going. Your loss is a formula. It's 1,000 per multiplier, so that will default automatically for you, so you don't have to do the math. And there's also an option to trail, so you can trail your profit if that's what you want to do as well. So that's it, folks. I hope you found this helpful. Like I said, I'm still trading it. I'm hoping to catch the end of the trading session here, so I'm gonna wrap up this video so I can get my software back on and continue to trade. And I'm gonna see if I can get another video of it trading for you, but I don't know when the next trade is gonna happen. So I'll give it a shot, see if I can get another video and post it out for you today. So with that, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye.